My name's JC McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
And welcome to Miss Cleo's Storytelling Corner. Well, today I was thinking about all week, friends. And I have there's nothing like a friend. There's nothing like a good friend. And I know that most women, females, have girlfriends. And believe me, those girlfriends know everything, or mostly everything. And it's horrible if you get mad at a girlfriend, but you don't worry too much about it. At least I don't worry too much about it when we have a falling out, because I know I still have a girlfriend. I know she's still my friend, even though she's mad at me. She's not speaking to me. You know, our children say, "What's the matter? Why aren't you talking?" Blah, 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 blah. We don't pay any attention. We just don't talk. But the day will come where one of us will need something and pick up that phone and say, "You know what?" And the other one say, "Oh, what?" I remember one time I wasn't talking to my girlfriend. One of my girlfriends. I have 3 very good girlfriends, but one of them, we had raised our children together. We had talked for, I don't know, months. And I was working out every day, you know, at the center. And one day she calls me up and she's all upset, and I'm saying, "What's the matter?" She said, "I'm retired and I don't know what to do." I said, "Don't worry about it." She said, "Oh my goodness, I don't have to, but would I even survive?" She said, and she was just carrying on. She just didn't know what to do, because she had worked all her life and now she was retired. And now she's getting her Social Security. She says, "Whoa, this this is not enough." And then she got her retirement, and it was a little easier, but she didn't know what to do. So I said, come on over. I'll take it down to the center." So she just kept saying how she couldn't make it, and we went down to the center on in Hartford on Westland Street. What's that center? What's the name of that center? Westland. It's off of Westland Street. Main is way in the back. I forget.
Calvin D. Anderson.
Huh?
Calvin D. Anderson.
Calvin D. Anderson. We went down to there, and they had exercises every single day, Monday through Friday. And so we went and we exercised, and we started going every day, and we went out to have lunch, and we did this, and they had a pool, and she loved the pool, and she went into the pool, and she learned how to manage the money that she had, and she was fine. A little dip every once in a while, you know, but she was fine. She was fine. And then, you know, I have another friend who has been my friend like forever also, and she always has an idea. You know, these people that always have an idea, always doing something. She is still my friend to this very day. And one day we went out, got on the bus to go over her house. She lived off of Blue Hills Avenue. And she says, "Cleo, I'm going to teach you how to make a dress without sewing anything. We're gonna make a dress." I said, "How could you make a dress without sewing anything?" We can do it, you know. And her father came in and looked at us kind of sternly, like my friend was white, and her father wasn't quite liking people of color, but it didn't stop us from didn't stop us from being friends. And he wasn't too rude, but he stomped upstairs, and we continued on with our adventure. And we've been having adventures for many, many years, maybe 50 years, and she's still out there doing her thing. I have to hold her back. I have to hold her. You can't do this and you can't do this, but she does everything. She's a jack of all trades. You know, she just got finished painting a house inside, but she also paints houses on the outside, climbs ladders, and she's my age. Climbs ladders and does all these things, and she picks up things and she walks with them and she does all of this. And we say, stop, stop, stop. But she doesn't stop. She just keeps on going. And she keeps me going sometimes. And she is, and her husband, we all three of us grew up together. She and her husband are such wonderful people. And they visit my husband, Willie. They visit him every Monday. And so he looks forward for them coming there, and they play cards, and they bring him chocolate chip cookies and all of these things, and he's just loving it. He's just loving it. So those are my friends for many, many years. And then my other friend, she I haven't seen in quite a long time, but you know, I have her cat, and she had to go into the hospital one time, and she said, take care of my cat. So I took care of her cat, and a couple of times, and now I still have her cat. Miss Missy is her name. Ornery and mean. You can't even go hardly near her unless you know her. And my family came up. She got under the bed, and every time they passed her, she scratched them. She did not want them in the house. So they were very careful not to go past that chair where Miss Kitty was under. They were very careful of that. And my friend, as far as I know right now, is doing very well, and we've been friends since grammar school. And we are still friends, and it's a wonderful thing to have friends. Better than anything. According to me, can't say that. I have a happily married man in front of me, but I can't say that. But they're even better than spouses, because when things happen, they're always there with their good advice, bad advice, in between advice, you know. And when your children not acting right, they will blast you and blast your children. So I thank God for good friends. I'm going to read you a story. It's Courtney's birthday party. And these are two very good friends. And as much as things have changed, things are the same. And there's as much as things have changed, things are the same. Oh my God. Just kind of a little more undercover on some things and a little more just out there on other things. Will we ever get it right? Will we ever get it right? Because you know what? If I don't survive, neither will you. So, let's read Courtney's birthday party. This is Courtney. 777 will be just like heaven. In 6 days, I'll be 7. In 6 days, I'll be 7. Courtney was going to be 7 on Saturday, and it was all she could think about. I can't wait to tell Diana about my birthday party, Courtney said as the school bus pulled up. Courtney Crowley and Diana Davis were best friends. They lived in the same town, went to the same school, and were in the same class. where they sat in the same row and they liked the same things: dinosaurs, jacks, and sunflower seeds. Lots of sunflower seeds. They were the same in almost every way. In just 6 days, they'd even be the same age. Courtney jumped onto the bus, ran to Diana, and sang a song she had made up. 777 will be just like heaven. In 6 days, I'll be 7. In 6 days, I'll be 7. Oh, so you're finally gonna be 7, huh? Said Diana. And I'm gonna have the best birthday party ever, said Courtney. Without even taking a breath, she added, Mommy's getting every color balloon and 5 kinds of ice cream and a big strawberry cake and pizza and a clown and dinosaur stickers for the party's bag and all the sunflower seeds we can eat. All my family's coming, and Mommy said I can invite the whole class. I'm bringing the invitations Wednesday. As soon as Diana got home from school, she told her mother about Courtney's party. Please say I can go, Mommy, please. I've been invited, Miss Davis asked. No, you've been invited? Miss Davis asked. Courtney said the whole class can come. Plus, I'm her best friend. Oh, that's nice, honey, said Miss Davis. Let me see the invitation. Courtney's bringing the invitation to school on Wednesday, said Diana. Was all Mrs. Davis said. She seemed a little worried. Mrs. Davis had gotten that same look on her face when she asked Diana why Courtney never played at her house. Oh, she wants to, Diana explained, but her mom's just been too busy to bring her. Diana saw that look again when her mother asked why Courtney never invited Diana to her house. Oh, she has, Mommy, replied Diana. Courtney's mother always says it's not a good time to have company. So can I go to the party? Diana asked eagerly. We'll see, said Mrs. Davis, still looking a little worried. Grown-ups act so strange sometimes, thought Diana. She dashed to her room. All she could think about was the birthday party. By Tuesday afternoon, Diana had enough money to buy Courtney a pack of soda barrettes for her hair, plus a rainbow necklace. Courtney's gonna love these, Diana smiled. Diana had as much fun wrapping the presents as she did picking them out. 777 will be just like heaven. In 5 days, she'll be 7. In 5 days, she'll be 7. I didn't make an invitation for her, said Miss Crowley. Why not? asked Courtney. Well, I don't think she'll fit in. Dear. What do you mean, Mommy? She fits in at school. This is different, Courtney. What's different? Diana's my best friend. She's got to be at my party. Mrs. Crowley sighed. You'll understand later, Courtney. Trust me. Courtney didn't understand now and didn't think she'd understand later. Grown-ups act so strange sometimes, she thought. And how can I ever explain this to Diana? But, Mommy, I said no, Courtney. Courtney knew it wouldn't do any good to try to change her mother's mind. Hurry up, Courtney, Diana yelled out the window. You're going to miss the bus. Courtney was walking too slow Wednesday morning. Diana wondered if something was wrong. Then, as Courtney stepped on the bus, Diana noticed the little shopping bag Courtney carried in her hand. Oh, those must be the invitations, Diana whispered. Then she sang out, 777 will be just like heaven. In 4 days you'll be 7. In 4 days you'll be 7. You've got the invitations, right? Diana asked excitedly. Courtney said nothing. She just looked sad. Wow, thought Diana. Something bad must have happened at home. Then Diana peeked into the shopping bag. The brightly colored envelopes made her smile. She couldn't fool me, Diana giggled. She reached into the bag and scooped out the envelopes. I'll take mine now, okay? She read each name. Melissa, Stephen, Jasmine, Nicholas, Judd, Lauren, Brandon, Theoretta, Ryan, Howard, Gabriel. Where's mine? Diana frowned. Then she brightened. Courtney must be trying to play a trick on me. I don't have one for you, said Courtney, trying not to cry. I can't come to the party? Asked Diana. Come on, stop fooling around. Courtney lowered her head and wished she could disappear. Now Diana's eyes was filling with tears. But I got you a present and everything. Plus, you said everybody was invited. Diana's voice trailed off into a whisper. I thought you were my friend, my best friend. I am, Courtney said in a small, tearful voice. Courtney took the invitations from Diana, threw them into the shopping bag, and hurried toward an empty seat in the back of the bus. She quickly wiped away the big tears before they could roll down her cheeks. Then Diana sat back down. She turned to the window, wiping her tears from her eyes before the other children could see them. When they finally got to school, Diana and Courtney left the bus alone. Thursday and Friday were terrible for the two friends. Courtney begged Mommy, please make an invitation for Diana. That's not a good idea, Courtney, Mrs. Crawley said. One day you'll understand. Courtney thought, it's you who doesn't understand that Diana is my best friend. Don't you know that Diana's feelings were hurt because she wasn't invited? I'll never understand. Diana begged, please, Mommy, please, call Mrs. Crawley and ask if I could come to the party. That's not a good idea, honey, Mrs. Davis said. I know you're disappointed, but try not to let it ruin your whole weekend. On Saturday, Mrs. Davis had a surprise for Diana. Of course, Diana thought it was an invitation to Courtney's birthday party, but it wasn't. The surprise was a whole day at the mall, going to Diana's favorite stores, having double scoops at the ice cream shop, and seeing any movie Diana chose. I don't want to go to the mall, Diana said. How can Mommy think the mall is better than Courtney's birthday party, she thought. Diana stared out the window in the direction of Courtney's house. Her gift for Courtney still sat neatly wrapped on the dresser. The outfit she'd picked out for the party still hung on the closet door. There was a big sign outside Courtney's house that read, "Happy Birthday, Courtney," and 7 balloons were near the front door. The cake was ready. 5 kinds of ice cream were in the freezer. The pizza was on the way. The games were laid out. The party bags were filled. Everything was set. Most of the guests were there. Courtney was dressed for the party, but she looked so sad. She sat at the window and wondered what Diana was doing. "Courtney, your friends are waiting for you," Mrs. Crowley said. "It's your birthday." Courtney didn't say a word. She was thinking, "I won't get to sing the last and best part of my birthday party. My birthday song with Diana. 777 will be just like heaven. 777. Today we both are." Suddenly tears streamed down Courtney's cheeks. Mrs. Crowley had never seen her daughter cry like that. "Don't cry, Courtney," she said. "I'll see what I can do." Mrs. Davis answered the phone. "Hello." "Hello," said. "This is Mrs. Crowley, Courtney's mom. Is this Mrs. Davis?" "Yes, it is." "It seems I made a mistake with the invitations for Courtney's birthday party. What I mean is, that Diana should have been invited. Courtney is very unhappy. I don't think she'll have a good party if Diana's not here. I didn't realize they were best of friends." "I did," answered Mrs. Davis. "I know it's short notice, but can Diana come to the party?" Mrs. Crowley asked. "Well, I don't know, Mrs. Crowley. Diana and I have plans. But let me ask Diana." "Yes, yes, 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 yes!" Diana shouted before her mother could say another word. "I can pick her up," Mrs. Crowley offered. "That won't be necessary," Mrs. Davis said. "I'll bring her." Diana rushed to her room. In a flash, she was at the front door, dressed in her party outfit and holding Courtney's birthday present in her hand. "Before you go, Diana, you should have a little talk," her mother said. Diana noticed that worried look on her mother's face again. "Now, Courtney is your best friend, but Courtney's parents and your dad and I don't know each other," Mrs. Davis explained. "In fact, even though we live in the same neighborhood, we probably would never get to know each other if it weren't for you girls." Diana. Oh, missing a page here. Okay. "You see, some people only want to be with people who look like them. At work or at school, it's different to avoid people who are different. But at a family celebration in their own home, people can invite whoever they want." "I think I know what you mean, Mommy, But Courtney's not like that. Courtney and I know that we are different on the outside, but we're the same on the inside, said Diana. When Mrs. Davis's car came to a stop in the front of Courtney's house, Diana jumped out and ran up the sidewalk. Courtney ran to meet her, and the two girls hugged so hard they almost fell to the ground. Mrs. Davis smiled, and Mrs. Crowley smiled too. It wouldn't have been a birthday party without my best friend, Courtney said to Diana. Diana gave Courtney her present, and the two girls skipped into the house. Their mothers followed them as the girls sang, 777, just like heaven. 777. Today we both are 7. That is the end of that story. I think it's a wonderful story. I bought this book. I fell in love with the book. I bought the book when I had my bookstore, and I thought it would jump off the shelves. I just thought it was such a nice book and such a wonderful story and a lesson and a story to parents, a lesson to parents about friendship and children. But nobody bought it. I only had one and nobody bought it. I was kind of disappointed in that. So that is the story of friends. It's wonderful to have a best friend, isn't it? When you're little, when you're a teen, when you're in your 20s, when you're in your 30s, when you're in your 40s. And let me tell you, when you get to your 70s and you're still friends, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Because there's absolutely nothing that you could say to them that's going to surprise them. They know exactly who you are. When you act up, they know exactly what to do. And they know exactly when to leave you alone. Yep. Those are best friends. And they know exactly what to what to clue your spouse on when they get a little confused. So it is wonderful to have a best friend. Yeah? Yes. Okay. I brought some. No, let me do this one, and then I'll do the Ace of Tales last. Psalms 23. This is a picture book, and I'm going to just show the book. I really can't. It is a beautiful book and it has beautiful pictures. And this is for children. And I think every child, Christian child, well, no, because this is the Old Testament. So it's for everybody. It's for everybody. I used to tell my pupils in Sunday school when we were learning the 23rd Psalm by heart, and we had to learn it by heart, and my preference to learn the 23rd Psalm was the King James Version because it was such beautiful poetry. And I didn't feel the same in any other. I just felt this was the way to say the 23rd Psalm. But they have different ways of saying it. They moderned it up a little bit. But I like King James because, not for everything, but because it had such beautiful, that was so beautiful. Now this book, I gotta hold up the pictures.
I can see.
They can see them?
Mm-hmm.
Is the microphone in the way?
It is right now. But there you go.
Yeah, I want to see these pictures because they're really beautiful. The 23rd Psalm. see the beautiful house? The neighborhood, it looks like Hartford with the old houses. The Lord is my shepherd. Two little children sleeping. Not very many words. More pictures than words. So, you see. I shall not be in want. Grandpa and the children. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me. In the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. So that is the Psalms 23. When these books came out, everybody was scurrying for them. I don't know if they're still around. It's been a long time, but the pictures are, I hope you could see the pictures. The pictures are beautiful in that book. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't feel so good when I came in here this morning. I was boo-hooing because, I got to boo-hoo to somebody. Might as well boo-hoo to Stan, And after I read that, as I was reading that and turning the pictures and seeing the pictures, I began to feel a little better. I feel a little better now. So this is what I should have done. Okay. Aesop's Fables. I was just going through this book and I said, somebody's telling me something. Okay. The Flea and the Man. A flea bit a man, and bit him again and again, till he could stand it no longer, but made a thorough search for it, and at last succeeded in catching it, holding it between his fingers and thumb. He said, or rather shouted, so angry was he, "Who are you, pray, you wretched little creature, that you make so free with my person?" The flea, terrified, whimpered in a weak little voice, "Oh, sir, pray let me go. Don't kill me. I am such a little thing that I can't do you much harm." But the man laughed and said, "I am going to kill you now at once. Whatever is bad has got to be destroyed, no matter how slight the harm it does. Do not waste your pity on scum." I'm a scamp. It says I'm a scamp. Oh, that said something to me this morning. I came in here when I read that laughing. Oh, yes. I said, oh my God. I said, that's good. That's good. That's a good thing for me. A good thing for me. I'm going to read you one more before we end. The Boy and the Snail. Aesop's tales are so old, ancient. They're Sprat, the fisherman and the sprat. Okay, I'll try to do this one. I'll do two more. The Crab and His Mother. An old crab said to her son, "Why do you walk sideways like that, my son? You ought to walk straight." The young crab replied, "Show me how, dear mother, and I'll follow your example." The old crab tried, but tried in vain, and then saw how foolish she had been to find fault with her child. Example is better than precept. Amen. The Farmer and His Sons. A farmer, being at death's door and desiring to depart to his sons a secret of much moment, called them round him and said, "My sons, I am shortly about to die. I would have you know, therefore, that in my vineyard there lies a hidden treasure. Dig, and you will find it." As soon as their father was dead, the sons took spade and fork and turned up the soil of the vineyard over and over again. In their search for the treasure which they supposed to lie buried there, they found none, however. But the vines, after so thorough a digging, produced a crop such as had never before been seen. Oh dear. Okay, that's it for Aesop's today. I could read you a few more, but that's it. And I'm going on a little vacation for a week or so. So I won't see you next week, but I'll be back. Keep on listening. And remember, read a little, write a little, dream big. And have a wonderful couple of weeks while I'm gone. See you.